Good to see you back. Today is going to be cool. Today might blow your mind because this stuff blew my mind. And there's a part of you that may say, this is bullshit. What is this guy talking about? This just totally goes against everything I've ever known. Well, I'm here to tell you that I've lived this stuff. I live it every day, and I've incorporated this stuff into my life, and I know it works because it's worked for me. So I believe in the stuff I teach because I have used it to change my life. And so what I want to have a caveat on when we begin here is open your mind. Open your mind. The Buddhists call it having a beginner's mind, which means don't judge what I'm saying to you. The mind has a way of judging everything, and it is based on what I'm going to teach you today. It's based on what you believe. So let's jump into this, but have an open mind with everything you listen to. And so what that does for you is to helps you to align with what you want to believe, not what I believe, not what your parents believe, not what you've believed in the past, but what you want to believe. This is what I want to open you up to today on a very short number 4, Beliefs Create Your Reality Insights episode. So what you believe is your life. Your life is what you believe. I mean, that is the basis of what I'm going to talk about today and what I teach in all kinds of places, including Raising the Bars, where I start to talk about this in meaningful and deep ways, where in that book I have questions that I posed to myself and I will pose to you on every large area of your life about what you believe. And so you get what you believe about on anything and every single thing. So if you've never heard this, it's probably going to be a bit of a shock to you. But what I started to learn was quantum physics. It's a section of science, of physics. Not a lot of us as lawyers know a lot about science. I didn't like science in school. I didn't like math. That's why I became a lawyer. My mother said, become a doctor, a lawyer. I couldn't do science or math, so I said, okay, I'll be a lawyer. Oh, you're good at arguing, so go be a lawyer. Oh, that's a good reason. Jesus, probably some of you listening to this, maybe many of you had that same thing. Well, quantum physics says whatever the observer believes, they were doing these experiments, and there's a great movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? If you want to get a primer on quantum physics, it's I think it's on Netflix still, but I watched it in 2005 or whenever it first came out. I had a friend of mine who said, man, you got to watch this stuff. This is deep. And I just started getting into some books on beliefs and reading some Greg Braden books and Bruce Lipton books about beliefs. And this was like, oh, I need to learn this because I want my life to change. And then I was like, well, it's because of my beliefs. So these quantum physicists started to look at who was observing the experiments and finally realized the observer was causing changes in the experiment. And they were using these slits and these very minute particles. I don't even remember what they were, but they were very minute. They could have been, I don't know what they were. It doesn't matter. But I was watching this and I'm like, wow. And so I'm reading all these books and I'm learning. And then I realized perception is in the eye of the beholder. As we all have different fingerprints, we all have different beliefs because our perceptions create our beliefs. And Gandhi's got a great quote that you'll see if you join me in the Love the Law Challenge, where he talks about the progression of a belief forming in just a short statement. It's really cool, and I don't have it for you here, but you'll see it at some point. But we all have beliefs because of what we have learned and what we've been programmed with from other people. Our beliefs come from our parents, most of them, society, TV, friends, family, clearly. And so what I started to do was I was like, you know what? Let me start to question all my thoughts. Let me question every single thing I think, because those are the beliefs too. And I was like, how can I start to change beliefs? And I could not get enough reading and learning and hiring consultants and coaches that knew how to do this and watching documentaries and going to workshops. So I came up with my own way from all of these things that I teach, and starting in Raising the Bar, the book, as I said before, and then deeply teaching them more in Love the Law Challenge, and then really kicking it into high gear in Esquire Academy program. And I will have a book on this at some point. I will write a book on belief shifts and how to change them and what they're all about. And then there'll be a program on this. So it's that important. This is that important in your life if you are looking to change, to be better, to do better in all aspects of your life. So beliefs, what are they about money? What are they for you? Do you believe money's hard to come by? Do you believe that you have to work really hard for money? This was my belief, the belief system of my ex-partner, and he and I eventually split after 10 years of working together because he couldn't let go of that. And I'm like, look, I want to make more money. I want to help more people. And you're stuck here in this old paradigm of this belief system that's not working for you. And so I looked at what I believed about money and I said, you know what? Money isn't exchange, a bartered for exchange. That's all it is. It's not the root of all evil and all the crap we've been taught. What do you believe about your law career? What do you believe about your life? What do you believe about health and your weight or energy? Whatever it is, every single thing in your life can be changed through belief shifts. I know because I've done it. So my path, real quickly, you're going to hear more about this, but in 2006, the real estate market, quote unquote, took a dump, and it was the worst real estate market since the Great Depression, blah, blah, blah. Well, I was buying into that too until I really started, I said, you know, what do I have to lose by integrating the stuff I've learned about beliefs? There is nothing to lose. So I created a practice, which you'll learn more about step by step, and I did it every day. I did it every day. And do you know that 3 months later, the stuff that I'd shifted out and the stuff that I was focused on and my intentions and then visualizations, it happened. And I did pretty much fall out of my chair. And so a 300 plus pound 6'9" man falling out of a chair is not fun to watch, but it was figuratively, and I didn't really fall out. But I have to joke a little bit. You will have some fun with me here because I do like to joke, but I couldn't believe the manifestation of what I had put into place a few months earlier. I would have never believed it a couple years earlier, but it happened. And it happens in my life in synchronistic ways all the time. And I want you to learn how to do that too, because I want you to either love the law or get the hell out. And if you do get out or you stay, utilize the stuff that I know works for me and utilize it how you want to, or don't utilize it. This is just here to open your mind to the change you can become if you choose that. But as I've said in multiple episodes, and I'll continue to say, implementation and learning is the key here. And how can you implement more? Read, learn. The resources today are the book, my book, raisingthebarbook.com. You go put Raising the Bar Book Law into Amazon. You'll find it. It's not expensive. It's a great way to start to figure out this stuff. And I can't say enough about what I've learned. And I give props to the teachers that taught me and the books that I read, because what I did is distill all this down for you. And it starts with the book. So check it out if you haven't. It's that important. Beliefs are that important to your life. We will see you in the next episode where we're going to finish up these first 5 topics on stress less, as I call them. So we'll see you then.